With the 2021 NFL Draft in the books, we talked about 5 Minnesota Vikings veterans who may be on the roster bubble, but who benefited? Cui bono, to whom's benefit? Here are 6, for lack of a better term, Vikings veterans who benefited from the 2021 NFL Draft. And it's not always how you think. Numero uno, tight end Tyler Gronklin, a.k.a. Conklin, whatever. With Rudolph being cut, the Vikings easily could have gone tight end early in the draft, like Hunter Long or Tommy Tremble or Trey McKitty on day 2 of the draft, but they didn't. Yes, they did take tight end punter Zach Davidson out of Central Mizzou, go Mules, in the 6th round, but he's a long-term project at best, which means that Gronklin, in a contract year, by the way, is the clear tight end 2 for the Vikings behind Irv Smith Jr. And the Vikings love him. They used him often last year, especially in 2-minute drill. So his blocking has come a long way. He's a really nice tight end 2, and he's got a big-time opportunity with the Vikings 2021, especially if they open up the passing game just a little bit more. Next up, Viking veteran number 2 who benefited from the 2021 NFL Draft, Garrett Bradbury. That's right. Year 3 is massive for the Grim Reacher. Leadership and run blocking are there, but anchor pass blocking certainly need some help. And this year he needs to prove that he's going to be the man at the pivot for the Vikings for the foreseeable future. And the Vikings did add 2 pieces on the offensive line early, but it's left tackle Christian Darrisaw and right guard Wyatt Davis no matter what. Neither of them have center experience. So he's in the clear. They could have easily added a guy like Landon Dickerson or Creed Humphrey or Josh Myers in the draft and pushed him just in case he didn't pan out in year 3. Yes, they did trade for Mason Cole from the Cardinals, the former 3rd-round pick out of Michigan, who does have starting experience in this league at center, but yeah, it would be a much more of a threat if they drafted a 1st or 2nd round draft pick, just like, oh, we're just watching it. So it is Garrett Bradbury's job to lose, but he's got to fight and be able to hang on to it. And I do think that having some competent bulk next to him in Wyatt Davis and also the movement skills of Ezra Cleveland flanking him at guard will do him some good. Next up, winners number 3 from the 2021 NFL Draft, the young cornerback room. And given Zimmer's history of always thirsting for cornerbacks, it is really surprising that the Vikings did not draft one, even though 38 corners were drafted. It was a very deep class. Yes, they did take Cam Bynum out of Cal, but he's going to be moving to safety. But they certainly will add some UDFA corners, but this has to be really good for the young cornerbacks on this team, where you have guys like Harrison Hand, the 2020 5th-round pick, Chris Boyd, 2017 7th-round pick, Mike Hughes, if he can stay healthy, where even though the Vikings are solid 1 through 3 with Dancer, Patrick Peterson, and Mac Alexander, there is massive opportunity, even if Jeff Gladney gets cleared. Next up, winner number 4 from the draft, wide receiver Adam Jerome Ezekiel Thielen. That's right, the pride of Mankato State University Community College. The addition of Amir Smith-Marsette is pretty big because you have a guy like Adam Thielen, who turns 31 in August, is starting to slow down just a little bit, but the ability for him to operate in the slot versus single coverage more and more will be key. Picture it like late career Larry Fitzgerald in Arizona after BA moved him to the slot. And with ISM on the outside, along with Justin friggin' Jefferson, the pride of Iowa taking the top off the defense and Jefferson doing Jefferson things, Thielen is going to be freed up so much to do whatever TF he wants in the middle of the field. And with Cousins ostensibly having more time with improved offensive line, everyone's numbers going to go all the way up. Thielen could have more than his 14 touchdowns last year. And with Rudy gone, there's going to be even more red zone opportunities. So things are looking good for number 19. Next up, winner number 5 from the 2021 NFL Draft, of course, is Kirk Cousins. Of course, even though they drafted his heir apparent in Kellen Mond, that's still a ways off. But today, they have a great offensive line in front of them. The O-line is finally complete. Darrisaw, Ezra, Bradbury, Davis, O'Neal. Cousins has been a top 3 pressure quarterback his 3 seasons with the Vikings. I think that will change in 2021. Darrisaw only allowed 6 pressures and 0 goose egg D'Angelo Russell sacks in 2020. And Wyatt Davis, no matter what, has only allowed 28 pressures and 3 sacks over the last 2 seasons. Drew Samia gave that up in a game. Exaggerating a little bit, but not really by much. Now, also you add in a bona fide deep threat, like we mentioned, in ISM, and which is great because Cousins does throw one of the best deep balls in the game. Jefferson is going to become the best receiver in the league. Irv is going to be unleashed. He's going to be a top 5 fantasy tight end. And Thielen, like we mentioned, Dalvin's going to be doing work. We'll touch on him in a sec. Things are looking great for Kirk Cousins. Plus, your new play caller is your quarterbacks coach for the last 2 years, Clint Kubiak. Mind meld. Let's go. Lastly, winner number 6 of the Vikings in the draft, Dalvin Cook. It's got to be Dalvin, where despite the passing game weapons, Zimmer will still hold firm that this is going to be a run-first team. And Dalvin last year was second in the league in rushing, second in yards from scrimmage behind King Henry. Got to give up. He exploded at the end of the season. And that was all with Dakota Doja starting 16 games, by the way. And and Drew Samia and Pat Elflein in the mix as well. Nah. And Darius last year had a 94.5 run blocking grade, and Wyatt Davis led the way for JK 2K Dobbins in 2019. And the best part of Ezra Cleveland's game currently is his run blocking. So things are looking great up front for number 33. Could be number 4, but no, he's going to be sticking with 33. And Dalvin, with the 17th game, hell, he might run for 2,000 yards, especially since the Vikings potentially could be playing with the lead more and more this season. High hopes. We got high hopes, man. So everything is looking roses right now, but of course everything looks good in May, but we'll see. Your thoughts. 6 Vikings veterans who won from the draft. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work, post on the Venmo. But until next time, Skull Production Value.